This is the Roulette Master, and I'm so excited today to share with you the incredible new Splitter Chicken Dinner Roulette System by Clyde. He said this is the best, and I cannot wait to share it with you. And we're going to put his system up against the best today, up against Kentuck White's Moving Corners. And I can't wait to share that with you as well. And the systems that have been doing really well on the channel, we're going to keep putting them up against these new systems. And let's see how this one does today. We'll start with Moving Corners now, and then we'll get to the new system of the day. We're going to start with a corner on the 1, 2, 4, 5. And that's a $5 total bet. Let's go ahead and spin. And I'll show you how Kentuck White plays Moving Corners. And that's a 14 red. And we lost, so we go ahead and we add another corner. So now we have a $10 bet, two bets of 5 each. And let's see what we get here. That's an 11 black. Fantastic, we got a win. That's a $35 win. We're already up $30, and now we're going to move to the right. And we're going to start over here. All right, that's a 24 black. Okay, let's go ahead and add another one now. And spin. And you can play this by starting with 1 corner or with 2. I'm going to show you both ways. That's a 32 red. Fantastic, that's a $35 win. We're up $60. Let's go top left now. We're going to keep moving these corners around. And now I'm going to show you how to start with 2 corners. Let's go ahead and do that. So you can start with 1 or 2. Either way, you're not going to be increasing the bet on the next corner. So we lost there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add 1 more corner. And now we're at $15 total. Let's go ahead and spin. All right, here we go. That's an 11 black. Okay, we got the win. So that's a $30 win. We're up $80. So let's start with 2 corners over here on the top right and spin. And once we have some losses here, I'll show you how to deal with those. And that's a 9 red. Okay, we lost. Let's add another corner right here and spin. When we add the 4th corner, we're going to double the bet. I'm going to show you how to do that here in a second. If we get another loss, and we did, that's a 3 red. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we have 4 corners, and we're going to double the bet from 20 to 40. And now you can see we have 16 numbers covered. Okay, that's a 0, so that's definitely a loss. Okay, so now we're going to add 1 more corner and double. So now you can see we have 5 corners, and they each, let's check here, make sure they're all the same. Those were at 10, and once we get them all at 10, we're going to double the bet to 100. All right, so here we go. So on the 4th and 5th corner, you double after you add the corner, and that's a 30 red. Okay, that's an $80 win. So we're currently up $95. Let's start somewhere in the middle this time, and we'll start with 2 corners there. Again, you can also start with a single corner, and then basically you can add the 2nd and the 3rd without increasing. You just add the corner. I'll show you that here. So let's go ahead and add another one. Okay, and the first 3 corners, you never increase the bets. You just add another one. When we get to the 4th, we're going to double the bet. All right, that's a double 0, so that's definitely a loss. In fact, we've had a 0 on the last one, and this one a double 0. So now we're going to double the bet. So let's go ahead and add 1 more and double from 20 to 40. And here we go. That's a 19 red. And we got the win. That's a $50 win. We're up 120. And coming up, I'm going to show you what happens if you lose after you bet the 5 corners. So let's go ahead and keep going here, and I'll show you how to deal with those losses as well. Let's start with 2 corners again, right over here. And as long as you're moving them around, you're fine. But the key is the progression, the bankroll, which we're going to go over here shortly, and all that good stuff. And that's a loss. So you can even add your 3rd corner in over here if you want to. But remember, we don't increase till we get to the 4th. We just add another $5 bet in here. So here we go. Again, this is Moving Corners by Kentuck White. That's a 6 black. And that's another loss. So let's go ahead and add another corner in. And again, once we get to 4, we're going to double the bet from 20 to 40. So let's go ahead and do that and spin. That's a 23 red. And that's a win. So again, once we get to 5 and lose, I'll show you what to do there. We're up $145. Let's start with 2 again. And again, they don't have to be together. You can also start with 1, but either way, whether you start with 1 or 2, you don't double the bet till you get to 4. So if you start with 1, you go to 2, you go to 3, and then when you get to 4, you double. That was a nice win there. We're already up $180. So let's start with a couple corners and spin. As long as you're moving them around, you're fine. The key is in the progression, the bankroll, and that's a 3 red. And I'm also going to tell you how to do this with dollar units coming up as well. Let's go ahead and add our third corner. Let's add this one right here, and then spin. And because you can also play this with dollar units, we're just going to adjust the bankroll and divide it by 5. That is an 8 black. And we lost again. So again, when you get to the 4th corner, you're going to double the bet from 20 to 40. That means all the 5s go to 10. So here we go. Let's go ahead and do that. And that's a 32 red. And we got the win. That's a $50 win. We're up $205. Let's add in some new corners here and start. And again, if you start with 1, you just go 2, and then you go 3, and then you double at 4. If you start with 2, you go to 3, and then you go to 4 and double. You can do it either way. And let's go ahead now and add our third. And spin here. Here we go. That's a 5 red. Okay, that's a loss. So we're going to go to 4 now, and we're going to double. Let's find, and you have to make sure they don't overlap. So let's do that, and we're going to double from 20 to 40. That means now all these are 10 each, and we have 4 of them. And here we go. That's an 18 red. And we lost, so we're going to 5 now. And what you need to know when you go to 5 is, and we're going to go ahead and put that to 10 like the rest of them. You can see 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10. That's a $50 bet, and we're going to double. I'll show you what to do, whether we get this one or not, if you lose on this one. That's an 18 red. And we did lose. So you don't add any more after this. You can see it dropped us down to 40. We're just going to double again. And this is why you need the bankroll I'm going to recommend with this, which is a $200 bankroll for $5 units. And we got the win there at $160. And if you're using dollar units, use a $400 bankroll. So that puts us back up 200, and let's go ahead and pick 2 more corners. And let's go ahead and do that and spin. Here we go. So if we had lost again, we double again. That's why we have the $2,000 bankroll for $10 units, or the $400 for $5 units, and then for the dollar units it'd be $400. So we're using $5 units a day with that $2,000 bankroll. We're up $235 now. Let's go ahead and start with 2 more again here. And here we go. Okay, that is a 17 black. Ooh, that was close. We almost got it. So let's go ahead and add a 3rd corner now. We'll add this one right here. But again, we don't double till we get to 20. I'm sorry, until we get to 4 corners, which would be 20, and then you double to 40. And we've had 3 zeros or double zeros so far. So let's add our. That's kind of unlucky, but we've been lucky as well. So good and bad. We're at 4 now, so we're going to double from 20 to 40, which means now there's 10 on each of these instead of 5. That's a 12 red. And we didn't get it, so we're going to now add a new corner in, make it 10, and then we're going to double the bet from 50 to 100. And here we go. That's 10 on each, double to 20 each. And that's a 21 red. And we got the win. And when you get, the reason you have a good chance of winning when you get to the 5 is because then you have 20 numbers. And we're up $250 now. And a couple times so far we didn't win with the 5. And we were still okay, because then you just, you don't add any more corners. You just go ahead and you double the bet. So let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 21 red. Okay, that's a loss. Let's go ahead now and add a 3rd corner in and spin. And you can move these around wherever you want them as long as they're moving around. And that's a 20 black. Ooh, that was really close as well. We're going to go to the 4th one now. And make sure they don't overlap. Let's double now from 20 to 40, which means now we have 10 on each of these instead of 5. And that's a 5 red. All right, that's a nice $50 win. Now we're up $275. And let's start with 2 over on the far right this time. We're moving them around. This is Moving Corners by Kentuck White. And that's a double zero. We've had a lot of zeros today. That's at least 3 or 4. I think that's 4. And we're going to add another corner now. Let's go ahead and do that. But again, we don't increase the bets till we get to 4. Whether you start with 1 or 2, you double when you get to 4 corners. And that's a 28 black. All right, that's a nice $30 win. We're up $295. And we'll start with 1 corner again just to show you that again. The only difference is that you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instead of 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to add our second one in now. And again, either way, you don't double until you get to 4 of these corners. I thought I was going to hit 0 again. We've had a bunch of those. And we got the win. That's a $35 win. Now we're up $325. So let's add 2 more corners. We'll go back to 2 this time. But you can do 1 or 2. Either way, when you get to 4 corners, you double. You just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or go 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's a loss, so we will add 1 more in here. Let's add this one right here. And spin. Again, we're at 3 corners. When you get to 4, you double. And here we go. That's a 21 red. All right, that's a nice $30 win. We're up $345 now. Let's add 2 corners this time and spin. This is Moving Corners by Kentuck White. And I thought I was going to hit the 0 again there, but that's a 1. That's a loss either way. Let's go ahead and add the third one in here and spin. And here we go. That's a 19 red, and that's a loss. That was pretty close, but we lost. And now we're at 4 corners, so let's go ahead and double the bet from 20 to 40. That means now there's 10 on each instead of 5. And that's a 10 black. All right, that's a $50 win. So we're up $370 now. We'll start here and here. 2 corners this time and spin. Okay, that's a 5 red. Okay, that's a loss. Let's add our third corner. And spin. Again, when we get to 4, we're going to double. Then you get to 5, double. And then you stay at 5 and continue to double if you lose. We got the win. That's a $30 win. We're up $390. Let's go back to you starting with 1 corner again. I'll show you that one more time. Either way, you don't double till you get to 4. And that's a 7 red. That's a loss. So we're going to go to 2 now. Let's go ahead and do that and spin. Here we go. That's a 36 red. Okay, that's a loss. Now we're going to go to 3. So let's add the third one in right there and spin. Again, either way, whether you start with 1 or 2, when you get to 4, you double. And that's a 25 red. We lost again. Now we're going to be at 4, so we're going to go ahead and double the bet. And let's see here. Make sure they don't overlap. And let's go right here. And then we're going to double. So now they're 10 each, and there's 4 of them. That's $40 total bet. All right, here we go. That's a 35 black. And we lost that one. So now we're going to go to 5. And let's add 1 in. Let's see here. Where should we put this one? Let's see if it stays over here. We're going to go to 10 here and then double. So we're going to go from 50 to 100. That means now we have 20 on 5 of these corner bets. And that's a 9 red. And that's another loss. So once you get to 5, you don't add any more. You just double the bet. And you can see temporarily we've dropped down in profit. But this is why you have a $2,000 bankroll for $5 units or a $400 bankroll for $1 units. And that's a 5 red. All right, that's a $160 win, and we're up $380. So let's start back with 2 corners again and spin. And again, this is Moving Corners by Kentuck White. That's a 27 red. Okay, that's a loss. Let's add another one in. Now we have 3. Here we go. That's a 32 red. And that's a loss. So let's go ahead and add 4 and double. That's 4 is when you double. So let's go ahead and do that. Now we have 10 each on 4 corners. That's a 24 black. Okay, that's a loss. So we're going to add one more. So we'll put, actually, let's go ahead and let's see here. Let's add it right here. Now we have 50 and then 100. We double. Now we have 20 on each, and let's spin. That's a 24 black. And that's another loss. So let's go ahead and double again. We're still up 215 though. So doing pretty well. We just need to get a win here. And this is why we have the $2,000 bankroll. That's a 20 black. All right, we got it, and the time just expired. So we made $375 with Kentuck Whites moving corners, and this one has consistently done well every time we've tested it. And again, I've been the ones that do really well are the ones I'm using up against the new system. So I can't wait to share with you the new system of the day coming up. Let's see if it can do fantastic just like this one, and I can't wait to share it with you. And let's go ahead and just jump right into it and get started. Here we go. All right, the time is finally here for the new Splitter Chicken Dinner by Clyde. I can't wait to share with you how he's been making money in the casino. Let's place the bets. And we're going to start with some splits here, and that's why it's called Splitter Chicken Dinner. And here we go. So these are the splits, and then also we're going to do the 17-20, and we're going to have $10 on black as well. This is a $17 starting bet, and let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. Can't wait to share this one with you. It looks really good, and that's a 29 black. All right, so we started out with a $39 win. We'll take that. Let's just rebet and spin again here. And here we go. And obviously those numbers with the dollars on them are our jackpot numbers, and that's a 23 red there. Okay, when we lose with this system, we're going to add a unit to each of these. So let's start by, actually on the first one, you can just go ahead and hit double. Anytime you're going up 1 unit, you can always hit the double button on the first time that you lose, because the first one is a double when you're going up a unit. So now we're at $34, and let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. But then after this, we're going to be adding those units in individually. That's a 28 black. Wow, that's a $78 win. So when you hit one of these ones with dollars on them, you definitely restart. We're up $100 already. So let's go back to the original $17 bet, and again, $1 on all those splits and $10 on black. Let's go ahead and spin, and that's why Clyde calls this one Splitter Chicken Dinner. And again, it looks really good to me so far. We're going to see how it does over the 15 minutes, and can't wait to see the end result. So let's go ahead now, and again, when you're going up 1 unit, you can always hit the double button at least once. We're currently up $83 even after that loss. So let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. And that's a 31 black. All right, a $42 win. And anytime you hit those, you restart. We're up $125. Let's go back to the original $17 bet now. All those dollar bets on the splits, and then $10 on black. Here we go. That's a 27 red. And that's a loss. So let's increase that again by 1 unit and spin. And one thing I love about this is a lot of systems that go up a unit when you lose, sometimes they're hard to come back when you're not doing well, but these jackpot numbers make it to where as long as you have a good bankroll, which we're going to talk about soon here, it's all good. So let's go ahead and add another $10 bet to black, and then we're going to add dollars to all the ones on the splits for Splitter I said that wrong, Splitter Chicken Dinner. So let's go ahead and spin now, and here we go. That's a 16 red, and we lost, so let's go up another unit. So let's add the dollars in first this time, and then we'll add the 10 to black. And again, systems that are normally like this are hard to come back when you go on a real bad streak. But the great thing about this is, since we're going to have a good sized bankroll with this one, and I'm going to give you a couple different options for that, then basically you have those jackpot numbers that can bring you back a lot quicker. So let's add the 10 in first this time, since we were on the 10 still. Now let's add the dollars in. So now we're getting some losses in a row. And you know, you can go on big losing streaks with any system, and the key is how you come back from those. So let's see what we get here. Ooh, that's a 19 red, and hopefully we'll see some black numbers soon, because we've had at least 5 losses in a row now. So let's go ahead and add those dollars in first this time. And again, this would be a problem if you were just betting on black, but this is not so much of a problem for us because, and let's go ahead and add that $10 unit in now. It's not a big problem for us because we're adding these dollar units in too, which are going to jackpot, because it's going to be a black number when it hits one of those. And that's an $18 win. When you hit one of those ones like that, you just rebet and spin. You do not increase. So let's go ahead and spin here. And here we go. That's a 14 red. Okay, we lost again, so we're going to increase by 1 unit again. And again, eventually with the bankroll we have, we're going to hit one of these numbers, and then we're going to be just fine. So let's go ahead and add these back in. Okay, we're at 119 total now. And if we had this many losses with just going up 1 unit on black, it'd be really hard to come back. But that's a nice $147 win there. You can see we're still down though. So if that happens, you just go ahead and rebet and spin. So let's go ahead and do that. If you hit one of the ones that's in the middle, then it's huge, which I'll share with you here in a minute. That's an 11 black. And look at that, that's a $273 win. We're up $206 now. So that's why the bankroll is so key. And let's go over that now. You can see that 11 there was covered by both of those bets right there. And that's awesome. So let's go back to the original bet we started with now, back to 17. And then remember, that's dollars on the splits, $10 on black. And now we're up $206. So since this is a $2,000 bankroll system, then you have a long time to be patient for one of those numbers to hit. All right, so we lost that one. Let's go up a unit. So we're going to increase by a unit on all those and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 36 red, and that is a loss. So we're going to increase by 1 unit again. Let's put the ones out there first. And again, it'd be, if we were just doing black and you got 1 or 2 wins and we had a huge losing streak, we'd be in trouble. We'd have to get a lot of wins to come back. But in this case, we just need one of those numbers with in the splits to hit. And then you only need 1 or 2 wins depending on how many times you've lost in a row. So we lost again. Let's add some more in here. We're going to add 10 to black. We're going to add 1 to all these splits. This is Splitter Splitter Chicken Dinner by Clyde. And that's a $68 total bet now after we went back up 1 unit. And that's a 24 black. Okay, that's a $12 win. And again, if we're not in session profit, we just rebet and spin. All right, here we go. If you hit one early on, you'll be in session profit with one of those numbers. But if you hit later on, you just need to be patient and keep going up 1 unit on these total losses, just like we're doing. And then we're going to be patient with our bankroll, and then eventually one of these numbers is going to hit. So let's go ahead and we'll go up a unit on each. Again, we're only at $85 total bet now, so we're doing just fine. We have a $2,000 bankroll, and that's a 7 red, but we're being patient. We're going to be just fine. We just need to hang in there, and we'll add another 10 in here, and then let's add in some singles. So we're going up a unit each time we lose. Okay, and you can see temporarily we're slightly down now. That's just until we hit one, then we'll be back up good again here. That's a 5 red, and let's see what we get. That's another loss because that was red. So let's increase again. And if you use a system like this and you're doubling or tripling, and you go on a big losing streak like that, you're in trouble pretty quickly. So I know you can make more when you do that sometimes, but a system like this can really help you out in the long run. And that's a $21 win. Again, you just stay right where you're at if you're not in session profit and you hit one of those numbers that doesn't have a dollar on it there. And that's a 10 black. Okay, we've been patient. There's a $273 win. We're back up 155. So if you hit one of those with this system, one of the big ones, and you're up a good amount, even if you're not in session profit, you restart. So let's go ahead now and let's go back to our original bet again, and let's build it back up. And sometimes you can start out and just get a bunch of wins as well, because we still have, all the black numbers covered. So there's a good chance we'll get wins right off the bat. We just haven't been doing that, and we've been spending a little time in recovery mode, but that's okay. See right there, that's a 13 black, and that's a $21 win. So we're up $176, and that's also why with systems like this, you don't want to be greedy and try to get it all back if you're up good, because you can make a lot quickly. If you get a string of black numbers and get some wins in a row, you're going to be just fine. So let's go ahead and increase by 1 unit after that loss. And the whole idea is to stay alive and to be patient and use your bankroll to your advantage. And that's a nice win there of $42 again. And we're up 201 now. And if you hit one of these splits and you're doing really well, even if you're not quite back to session profit, you want to go ahead and restart again, because you're going to go on some winning streaks as well. And that's not one right there, but that's early, so it won't hurt us bad. Let's increase by 1 unit and spin. And obviously, if you get wins at the $34 level, they're going to be much better than if you have multiple losses. But that's why we have those jackpot numbers, and that's a nice $42 win. We're up to 26 now. So let's go back to 17 and spin. And again, this is called Splitter Splitter Chicken Dinner by Clyde. And that's a 25 red. And that's a loss. So let's go ahead now and increase by 1 unit. That means the 10s go to 20 and the 1s go to 2. All right, here we go. That's a 35 black. Okay, that's a $6 win. We're up 215. And let's go ahead now and go back to 17, because that was early on. We're real close to session profit. You never want to be greedy. You want to continue to make profits with systems like this and not risk everything, because we lost that one right there. Let's go ahead and double the bet. In this case, we only double it 1 time because we're going up a unit. We're not technically doubling. So you can hit that double key on the first loss though. Okay, and then you start adding them in individually. We'll add the 10 in first this time, and then we'll add in the singles. Here we go. Now they're all going to 3, and let's go ahead and spin, and let's see what we get here. Okay, that's a 36 red, so we'll add another unit. Okay, we're up 113 right now, but that's just because we're being patient, waiting for our next win, and I can't wait to get the next win. It's exciting when you have jackpot numbers like this, and it's fun when you hit them. So now we add another unit, and we're spinning away. Here we go. That's a 29 black. Okay, that's a $156 win. Now we're up 269. That's definitely session profit. So let's go back to 17. And let's add that $10 bet on black back in. Now we're back to 17 again. And here we go. Splitter Splitter Chicken Dinner by Clyde. And that's a $21 win. We're up 290. Let's rebet and spin. And again, I like having these splits here, because if you go up 1 unit and you're just betting on a color, and you have, say, 7, 8, 9 losses in a row, it's going to be really hard to come back. And we're up $311 now. But with these jackpot numbers, you can get back to session profit or close to with less wins. And you just have to be patient and use the bankroll to your advantage. So let's go ahead now, and we're going to go up a unit after that loss. And let's see if we can get some black numbers here. But that's a 5 red. That's a loss, so let's go up a unit. So we'll start by putting that 10 down there. And it goes up by 10 on the color, and then goes up by $1 on the splits. $51 total bet now. Let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. That's a 25 red. That's another loss. Let's go ahead and increase again. We're up 209 right now. Let's add the dollars in first. Okay, and then we'll add the 10 in. Okay, now we're at $68 total bet. And since we're only going up 1 unit, we're not getting massive bets early, which is going to really help us if you go on losing streaks like this, because you can see we lost 4 in a row. And if we were doubling losing 4 in a row, we would start being in all kinds of trouble. But we're okay, because not only are we only going up 1 unit, let me put those dollars out, we have the jackpot potential. So let's go ahead now, and now we're at $85 total bet. Let's go ahead and spin. And that's a 6 black, finally a black number, and that's a $15 win. So we're up 156. We're going to keep the bet the same and spin. And hopefully, with patience and our bankroll, we'll start hitting some black numbers that are covered eventually. And we'll take these small wins along the way. We're up 171. So let's just rebet and spin. And hopefully we'll get some black numbers, a bunch of them in a row, or one of these jackpot numbers. But that's a 21 red. And that's okay. We're just going to go up another unit. So you can see that dropped us back to 86 temporarily. Let's go up a unit, and we will continue to be patient until one of these hits. That's why we have the $2,000 bankroll. Now we have a 102 total bet. Let's see what we get here. That's a 4 black. Okay, that's an $18 win. We're up 104. Let's rebet and spin, and let's see what we get here. It'd be nice to get a few more black numbers, but we got a 7 there, so we got to be patient a little longer. So 102 loss. Let's increase, and now let's switch to dollar units here. Okay, we're at 119 total now. Here we go. That's a 31 black. There it is, $147 win. We're back up $149, and time just expired. So we're not up as much as we once were, but that was a good session, and I hope you really enjoyed Splitter Chicken Dinner by Clyde. If you want to send a system in, I would love to see it. Just send it to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. I hope you're enjoying the new ideas from all the subscribers every single day, and I sure enjoy showing them to you and the search for the best roulette system possible each and every day. And I love it. I hope you guys do as well. And if you're enjoying the content, please like, share, and subscribe with your friends, and let's keep growing this fantastic community. Love you guys, and have a wonderful day.